in the heart of the podcast air. Steve or Jason showing flair. Fantasy tips they always share. For the elite who really care. Shout out to the guests who come along. Strategies that make us strong. Plotting moves that can't go wrong. In this community we belong. Elite FPL, the lights they glow. Through the ranks we start to flow. With every tip the game we know. Elite FPL, let's go. Elite FPL, let's go. We analyze, we create. Every game week we debate. From the captain to the late. Moves that make us celebrate. Points and transfers we all crave. Following leads to the brave. In this league it's more than a game. Fantasy football's true aim. Fantasy football's true aim. Elite FPL, the lights they glow. Through the ranks we start to flow. With every tip the game we know. Elite FPL, let's go. Elite FPL, let's go. Let's go. Elite FPL, let's go. Let's go. We analyze, we create. Every game week we debate. From the captain to the late. Moves that make us celebrate. Points and transfers we all crave. Following leads to the brave. In this league it's more than a game. Fantasy football's true aim. Elite FPL, the lights they glow. Through the ranks we start to flow. With every tip the game we know. Elite FPL, let's go. Elite FPL, let's go. Let's go. Elite FPL, let's go. Let's go.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to yet another episode of Elite FPL here on the family network of YouTube, called the Family Friendly Network. We've got to be nice and happy and not sweary, Steve. We've got Tottenham versus Man United on tonight as well. Not watching it. I've just got in from doing the Christmas shopping. 180 odd quid spent on Christmas shopping, and I feel like I've been scammed, to be honest with you. I just don't. I mean, that's a full trolley. That's a full. I can't hear you, Steve-O. You need to unmute yourself. It's a full trolley, that is. £185 is a full trolley. Well, but the trolleys even seem smaller. I think I'm getting scammed. I think they make the trolley smaller to make you think that you've got more stuff in your trolley these days.
Well, to make you feel worse, Jace, you're losing 1-0 thanks to Solanke.
I've got the Now TV or the Then TV going on, but it's just doing me in, to be honest with you, because it's just doing me in. I'll be honest with you. I'm trying to connect to it. Actually, I can't get the house Wi-Fi signal going in the shed. I can't seem to get it to come through the wall. Must be the insulation.
It's breaking up, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? It's absolutely amazing. Humble request, Jason, Steve, can we engage in some positive vibes with spirit of the holidays and all?
Nah,
we're
not going to do that.
I'm happy. I'm not. I mean, I've been working. Tomorrow apparently I'm going to be finishing early. Apparently, That would be nice, wouldn't it? It would be nice.
Lucky you.
Yeah, but they're all going down the pub. Yeah.
Oh, good. Another drunk stream from you. That'd be good.
No. Honestly, they've got a thing about darts, and it's like darts has become like a very central part of my work lot. I personally haven't got much of an interest. Well, not I don't have much of an interest. I'll play. I'll throw a few darts. I'm no good. But anyway, I digress. Hello everybody. Hello Colm. Hello Gabrielle. To Rob, we got Andrew Ferguson, Matthews here, Animations here, Eraser. Sorry we're a bit late. Steve had some technical difficulties. He's sorted out now. Click us. Not kick us. Click us. PK7's here. Ferguson's here. My game is just not playing on 5G for some reason. I think it's trying to connect to the old the Wi-Fi. I think that's what it is. It keeps trying to connect to Wi-Fi, and I think that's because I'm just outside the range of my Wi-Fi. You don't care. I know you don't care, but I'm just going to tell you anyway. Right, Steve, this game week, have you put any thought into it? Because I can tell you I haven't. I've been so busy this week. I've not put any thought into it. I've done one transfer, which I'll get onto. And that was just a one, not spent any points, just a free transfer, the one free transfer. And you might be able to guess who it was. Not going to go into too much detail. But you kind of get the idea. Michael Svedin, how's it going, buddy? We got Jojo here. Good evening. Got Lucas here. Smash my work at darts, says Dan. Oh, well done to you, Dan. FPL, my brother-in-law's unrealistically amazing at darts. He gets like he's got an average of like 72.8 on his average. Wow. It's ridiculous. It's such a good dart.
Remember Dally Pool? He's a genuinely like a competitive player for online darts. If you remember, he play on his
Dark counter-app. Yeah. Well, it's quite serious business for some people. A lot of people, actually. Wow, Rashford and Garnacho aren't even in the bench again, says Mohit. There's definitely something going on there. 1-1 in the Chelsea game. We don't care about that, though, do we? Clicker, so we don't care about that. Moves are in the works over at Animations HQ, says Animations. Right, Steve-O, we're going to get cracking. It's the 19th of December. Are you in the Christmas mood, yes or no? No, because you're still in London.
I was on juice. No, I'm not. I don't really care for Christmas.
Where's your Christmas hat? Where's your elf? Bloody elf. God, we have an elf at home. Absolute joke. Right, we have to have a special segment of the show dedicated to the Super Cup, Steve-O, because the Super Cup is open. The registrations are open. What is a Super Cup? It is a knockout league, much like the Champions League format. It is very competitive with very, 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 very good Elite FPL managers, much better than myself and Steve-O. You can go in the Discord. Okay, what's Discord? It is our online platform, free to use, by the way. Don't charge anyone to use it. You
start doing it through Patreon.
Yeah, and you get to sign up and be involved. So go into Discord, go into the Super Cup channel, find out more from them. There's a lot of helpful people in there directing people in the right way. We've got USF in the chat. Good evening, Adam, to you also. Clashing with Black Box, like we care, mate. We don't care. We just have mate. We can have 4 people watching, 4,000 people watching. It makes no difference to me anyway. I still got to have my pizza. My pizza's got to be made in like the next 45 minutes. I can't have pizza. I can't have food too late, Steve-O. It just doesn't agree with me. Jason, Steve-O, I have entered the Super Cup again, says Wayne Dean. Hope you win it, mate. Unsure on that. May want to do Jared Pedro to Chris Wood, says Lucas Dunn. Is it time to do Jared Pedro to Chris Wood, Steve-O? I think so.
If you can afford it, do it.
If you can afford it, do it. Right. Let's just crack on with the show, shall we? Let's talk about the game week coming up. Game week 17, Steve-O. Game week 17. And I've just put my team on screen so you can see. I'll quickly go through my team very briefly. It's not very interesting. It's an awful team. It's really awful.
Not really.
Sanchez in goal, if he plays. Away at Everton, we got newcomer to the stream. Lewis Hall in defence, making an entrance for 8 Nuri, who's a waste of space. Alongside Lewis Hall. Newcastle.
Uh,
And we got Mazraoui up next to him, at home to Bournemouth. Then we got Gomez. So my back three is Hall, Mazraoui, and Gomez. And then we got Saka, we got Fernandes, we got Palmer, and we got Salah. And then we move on. By the way, the captaincy hasn't been decided yet. Then we move on to our strikers, where we got Chris Wood, Nicholas Jackson, and Isaac. On the bench, we've got a first sub, Ahmad, who I really actually fancy playing against home to Bournemouth, to be honest. I really, really do fancy him. But you can't have them all. Maybe if we had the all-out attack chip, I would play him. I've got Kirkez on my bench away at United. Won't be playing unless, of course, Mazraoui doesn't feature. And then useless Greaves for Ipswich. That's, just bench fodder. So, that's my team. No -8. No -12. No -16s. Just a straightforward one transfer. Let's roll into next week. That's my team. Steve-O, any thoughts? Any questions?
I don't really have any questions. I just think your team is very good to move forward for the next few weeks without having to touch any of it. Genuinely,
That's the plan, mate. That's the plan. Second half of the season, go strong. Don't make too many hits, all right? Play Ahmad. Who would I drop? Who would I drop from Ahmad? I mean, you wouldn't drop Chris Wood. You wouldn't drop Isaac away at Ipswich. You wouldn't drop Nicholas Jackson away at Everton. You wouldn't drop Bruno. You wouldn't drop Salah, Saka, or Palmer. Yeah, you can't drop any of these players. These players are just too good to drop. Okay. Let's bring your team. Have you got your team? Have you posted your team? Do you want to tell us your team?
The same as what it was on.
Well, I'll go into your team 1 second. 3, 2, 1. Steve-O's team's here. So you're gonna be playing for Bruggen in goal. Got Alexander Arnold. What are you doing about? You just playing Mazraoui instead of Aït-Nouri, yeah?
No, I'm going to be doing my transfers. It's going to be after tonight's matches. I'm doing a -4, so it'll be. I discussed it on a Patreon free for all. So if you want to listen to it, you can listen to it on Patreon for free. Just sign up as a member for free. And basically, me and Ray did a bonus podcast. We literally recorded for 1 hour and 40 minutes the Vincent Mann documentary, and then immediately I just said, "Look, can I just talk to you about FPL?" And he said, "Should we just record it for Patreon?" I went, "Right then." Press the button, and we recorded for another 25 minutes talking through my transfers for the next several game weeks. And basically, the plan will be this weekend. It's going to be Aït-Nouri, Verbruggen, and Rodgers out for Fabianski, Robinson, and Ahmed for a -4. Benching Pedro in a 3-5-2. So it'll be Robinson, Trent, and Gabriel. And then obviously the midfield 5 speaks for itself with Pedro on the bench. And then it's just basically going to be game week 18. It's going to be a roll. Game week 19, it'll be Bowen and Cunha to Enzo and Isaac in a 3-5-2 for then benching Pedro again. Game week 20 will be a roll. Game week 21 will be probably a 3-4-3 benching Enzo, and then maybe doing Saka to Fernandes. And then pretty much from game week 22 onwards, I am not doing anything with my team because the team will just look absolutely. It will look really, really solid on paper. It will look really good, and the idea will be to be bringing in Gabriel in game week 24 or 25 for Mazraoui, because Man United's fixtures are absolutely phenomenal. Chelsea's fixtures are phenomenal. I want to just absolutely crack on with them, trying to as soon as possible while I can. I don't want to be taking, any hits. I made the point on Juice the other day that this is the first season I've played about as safe as ever. And the fact that every single week my team looks good on paper, but nothing ever happens with it. It's got to be up there with the most frustrating season I've ever had in FPL. And yours is the opposite. You've been taking hits left, right, and centre, but it still doesn't pay off.
No, mate, it hasn't. But and I mean, at the end of the day, I'm changing it up a little bit now, and hopefully I can kind of come out in the second half of the season with a respectable rank. I think I'm aiming to get top 1 million. If I can get somewhere in the top 1 million, I'll be very, very happy. I think it's very much achievable. To be honest with you, very much achievable. There's a lot of people in top 1 million that's used triple captains. They've used, their bench boost. They've basically shot their load essentially. They're family friendly show, of course. Let's just Okay, let's just look at the fixtures then. Should we do the predictions, Steve? Should we move on? Let's just see what the chat's saying whilst we get them up on screen. Hello to anyone new in the chat? Let's have a look. No, everyone's watching the football.
No, we lose subscribers, Jason. We could do a 24-hour stream, and we will lose subscribers.
24 hours. Do a 24-hour stream, and I think people would get sick of us. Absolutely,
we could raise £1 million, and it would be unsubscribing.
We'd raise £1 million for some really good cause, and it would be like not good enough. Right, Aston Villa versus Manchester City. Man City.
Really dark joke there.
Yeah, don't no. We're better than that, Steve. We're better than
a really dark joke there.
We're not gonna upset. We can't upset the audience. At the end of the day, we can't upset them. I mean, right, Aston Villa versus Man City, Steve-O. Man City, of course, they're reeling. They are spiraling out of control, or are they? Or are they just going through a little blip, and are they just going to come back and dominate? Now, is this the question that you can answer? I mean, because for many people have written off Man City already, and they've already said it's Liverpool's league. I don't know if I'm that convinced just yet that it's going to be that as easy as that. But I'll let you go first with a prediction on this one. City need to win this game. There's no two ways about it.
They do, and they won't. I don't think they will get anything from this game. I think that Aston Villa always turn up in these fixtures. They love playing against Man City at home. At home, they've only lost twice in the last 3. Every game has been very close. It's been a 1-0 win, a 1-1, and Man City beat them 2-1 in a fixture on the 6th game. And I genuinely think Aston Villa could do them. I'm in my head, I've got 1-0, maybe even 2-0. I've got it officially. I've got a lot of 2-1s this particular game week. And the history is suggesting a 2-1 victory to Man City, but it's only because of the overall form across the last 6. But yeah, it's always been very low scoring at Villa Park, Jace. And I genuinely think that Aston Villa can get a result and probably will get a result against Man City. It's the 12:30 kickoff as well.
It is. It's the early one. Yeah.
They're absolutely useless. So
what are you going with the prediction wise?
I'm going 2-1.
Like Villa.
Pretty much every one of my results.
To Villa?
Yeah, 2-1 to Villa, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Steve-O, 2-1 to Villa. Interesting. I'm going to go opposite. I'm going to go Man City to win this 2-1, purely because I know the pressure's on Pep and I know that the team can get a result. And I do think De Bruyne is going to come through on one of these games very soon. And I think this is a game. It's a big match. It's a real big match against a very good team in Aston Villa. Villa's not been amazing. They've been shaky as well of recent weeks. So I'm thinking Man City 2-1. So I'm going opposite to you. We move on to Brentford versus Nottingham. This is one of the 3 o'clock kickoffs on the Saturday. Brentford, Nottingham Forest. I think this is going to be an entertaining game, and I think there's going to be chances in this game for both teams. And you said 2-1, and I'm going to agree with you. But again, I'm going to go with the away team though to get the 2. I'm going to go 2-1 to Nottingham Forest, Steve-O.
I think this is going to be a lot. Even though I've got it as a 2-2 because Brentford are so bad defensively, I honestly would not be surprised if this ended 1-1. Nottingham Forest, I just can't see them being a team that scores. I don't know. They just don't come across to me as a team that will want to be in a game that's end to end. I think Nuno will want to be controlling this game. I just think this is going to end up as a draw. I've gone 2-2. Mm-hmm. The history, though, suggesting 3-1 to Brentford. And Brentford are unbeaten in the last 6. They've won 3 and drawn 3. So Brentford do like playing Nottingham Forest. They've got the best home form this season. Can Nottingham Forest put up a defensive brick wall like they did against Liverpool? Yes, they can. Can this game end up being 1-0 either way? 1-0 Nottingham Forest, 2-0. Yeah, this is one of the hardest games to predict. That's why I've just gone with a 2-2, Jace.
Yeah. We move forward. We go to Ipswich versus Newcastle United. Again, 3 o'clock kickoff. Isaac Owners, we'll be hoping that he can come through again this week against Ipswich. I think this is going to be another 2-1. I don't, you mentioned 2-1s. I'm going to go 2-1 to Newcastle in this one. And I don't know what your thoughts are on that, chat. It's Michael Svedden's going 2-1. Tricky fixture, says Andrew Ferguson. Well, you should know. You do so well in the old predictor. Ipswich 2-1, says Dan. 3-1, says Matthew. 2-1, says Colm. What are you saying, Steve-O?
Ipswich, Newcastle. It'd be a professional
mate.
job by Newcastle. I think 1 or 2-0. I've gone 2-0.
2-0.
History suggesting 3-0 to Newcastle.
Mate, I'll
Newcastle
take 2-0.
Newcastle have won 3 games to 0. There have been 2-2-2 draws across the last 6. I wouldn't be surprised if Ipswich score, but the fact that Liam Delap's out is not good news.
No.
What I will say, though, is Newcastle are terrible away from home, and Ipswich they don't concede many, but I do expect Newcastle to come through pretty straightforward, to be honest with
you. West Ham versus Brighton. For me, I just see Brighton getting nicking 3 points in this game. I'm going to go 1-0 to Brighton in this fixture. Just a very straightforward 1-goal winner. What's your thoughts about that, Steve-O?
Brighton are a bit of a slump at the moment. They can't seem to string a few wins together. They do like to play away from home, but I just think, even though I have got Brighton to win actually 2-1, I don't see them keeping a clean sheet in this, even though, like I said, Brighton do seem to perform quite well. West Ham, they got a respectable result against Bournemouth the other day. The match was absolutely abysmal. When I discovered that Bowen hit the post, I was just like, yeah, just my luck. And then when he got the ball taken off him from the penalty taker, Paquetá, I just thought, yeah, Bowen's getting absolutely nothing in this game whatsoever. I'm still happy to own Bowen for the next 2 game weeks, obviously at home to Brighton and away at Southampton. Yeah, Brighton 2-1, I'm going with. History's going 3-1 Brighton. Brighton have only lost once in the last 6, and they've won 3 of those games. So it looks like a probable Brighton win based on what we're all talking about.
Yeah, some people in the chat, 3-1 to West Ham, 2-1 to West Ham, says Colm. We've got 2-1 to West Ham, says Array. So people are going with West Ham to win this game. Andrew Ferguson's going 2-1 West Ham. Apparently, Andrew Ferguson's not having a great season this season. Historically, he's been very good in the Super Bruins score predictor games. United are knocking on the door here in the cup game. I know you don't care, but
Team Mazraoui got a yellow card.
He's been playing well, though. He's been playing well. So 2-1 to West Ham, says Jacko. 2-0 to West Ham, says Animations. Wow, they're really writing off Brighton's chances here, Steve-O, in the chat. Crystal Palace versus Arsenal in the 5:30 kickoff. It's got to be. Oh my God, it's got to be. Hang on a minute. There we go. It's got to be a win for Arsenal. For me, Steve-O, I'm going to go 2-0. 2-0 to Arsenal. Palace to not score. Arsenal to keep a clean sheet. Your thoughts?
I think Crystal Palace do score in this. Obviously, they were involved in a game last night which ended 3-2 to Arsenal. Gabriel Jesus hat-trick. Ray's favourite player at the moment for Arsenal. I'm going 2-1 to Arsenal. I think it'll be a tight game between these two. History's going 3-0 though. Arsenal have won 5 out of the last 6. And on 4 occasions, a team has won 0. So there's probably going on what you're saying here, Arsenal. There's a high chance of them winning 0.
Okay. The chat saying 2-1 Arsenal, 3-0 Arsenal, 2-2, 2-1. 2-1, 2-0. Yeah, so it's kind of similar. I think Arsenal don't concede, and I think owners of certain Arsenal defensive assets may be happy. We move on to the Sunday games. Everton versus Chelsea. Steve-O, quick fire this one. It's going to be straightforward, surely. Palmer, is it going to be the Palmer captainers that come out on top again?
I don't think so. I'm gutted that I'm not in London because I would have probably done a watch along for these next 4 matches. So I'm not there. So I'm not going to know any of the scores on that day either. So Everton Chelsea, I think it's going to be a tight game. I'm going to go 2-1. History suggesting a 2-0 win to Everton. Chelsea have only won twice in the last 4 against Everton. Everton have won 2, and obviously there's been 2 draws in that. There's also been 4 clean sheets across the last 6 for a team. I did think this. I didn't think Chelsea liked playing Everton, and Everton at home this season, they are no mugs. They were going to make it very, very difficult, and I expect Chelsea just to get through. If this ended as an Everton win, I would not be surprised whatsoever.
Yeah, I would be surprised if this ended in an Everton win, but I don't think it's going to be super high scoring for Chelsea. But I'm going to go 2-0 to Chelsea. Just 2-0. We move on to Fulham versus Southampton. And by the way, chat, I've historically not been very good at predictions, but we move on to the Fulham versus Southampton game. A game that I really can care less about, to be honest with you. So for me, 1-1. 1-1. Fulham versus Southampton, 1-1.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those games where Southampton haven't got a manager. Is there going to be this, now we're not going to play passing about at the back anymore. We're now going to boot it upfield to whoever's up front. I don't have a clue about this. I'd like to think Fulham will keep a clean sheet, but now I've brought in Robinson, and every Tom, Dick and Harry on the planet have brought in Robinson. He's going to concede a goal, probably get booked. I'm going to get fuck all from him. So it'll probably end up like you just said, 1-1 or 1-0 to Southampton. I'm going 2-0, and that's got nothing to do with the bias. It's just the fact that Southampton are absolutely drab away from home. But the history is actually going 2-0 to Southampton. Despite the fact Fulham have won the last two, Southampton prior to that had won 3 and drawn 1. So actually, Southampton do like playing Fulham, unfortunately, historically.
Interesting. We move on to Leicester versus Wolves. By the way, in the chat, 5-0 Fulham, 3-0 Fulham, 2-0 Fulham. Everyone going with Fulham.
And by the way, Jack, who joined me, a.k.a. Danny Boy, he's thinking of captaining Smith Rowe in this game, he said. Which is
Leicester versus Wolves. Again, I mean, this is Jamie Vardy written all over it.
Yeah.
Two goals for Jamie Vardy in a 2-2 thriller. 2-2.
Well, Cunha's going to be most likely going to be playing this game again. Managerless Wolves. Is this going to make any difference to them whatsoever? I don't think it will. I think Leicester are going to come through in a 2-1. History's
2-1.
going 1-0. Leicester have won 4 out of the last 6, and there's been 4 clean sheets in the last 6 fixtures. 2 of the games ending 1-0. So don't expect much.
Excellent. We move on to Man United versus Bournemouth in the last of the 2:00 games. Not on Sky Sports, unfortunately.
No, it's what game is on Sky Sports? Is it
the Fulham Southampton game? The one that I really couldn't give a crap.
Southampton. God.
Yeah, but Man United versus Bournemouth. I just think this is going to be a professional job for Man United. I'm going to go 2-0 to Man United. I'm confident in this game.
Bournemouth, terrible away from home. Man United, terrible at home, but in the sense of they should be doing better. I've got you as 2-0 winners, but honestly, if you were to concede, I would not be surprised.
2-1, yeah. I agree.
All I will say is the history saying 3-0 to you guys. Man United have won 3, Bournemouth have won 2, but there's been quite a few clean sheets in those wins. So you do seem to like playing Bournemouth, to be fair. And I think the way Amaron's at the moment, depending on how tonight's game goes. But in fact, are you surprised at the team selection tonight? Fernandes starting again?
No, because historically he starts every game. So why would they change that? He's been playing all right. I've just been watching bits and glimpses of it as I've been doing this. But I expect United to get something at this game. I think maybe at least a goal. I don't know if Tottenham will be able to have enough to win comfortably, but be interested to see the second half. I look forward to seeing it in a minute. But we got people in chat going 1-0 Man United, 2-0 Man United. Bournemouth to win 2-1, says Jacko. Jacko, get out of town, mate. Ferguson's going 2-1. 1-1, says Colm. 2-1 to Bournemouth, says Harry. 1-1, 2-2. Yeah, I mean, it could easily go either way. Let's be honest. That's typical United. You just don't know what you're going to get until they kick off. But I do see improvement. I do see some sort of a system developing here at United. So here at United, I'm in a shed. I don't know what I said that for. Right, Spurs versus Liverpool. Liverpool.
Oh, are you going down the conspiracy theory route, are you, Jess? You want to
No,
reveal what you mean by this?
no, Liverpool. No, I'm not going to stay anymore, mate. Dilkinson's in the chat. Hello, mate. Hello, Blazy, mate. How's it going, buddy? 4-2 to United. Oh, bloody hell, what a game. Yeah, I'm Mad Diallo to get a hat trick, and I have him on my bench.
Okay.
Steve-O laughing. Steve-O laugh his head off.
No, do nothing because I brought him in. No matter how again.
Are you playing him? Are you going to play him?
Are
you going to play him?
I've already told you I am 3-5-2. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Spurs versus Liverpool. Come on, give me a score. Give me a score. Give me a score. Chat's giving me scores. Give me a score.
Liverpool, I think, should be winning this. I think they will win it. I'm going 2-1. But Tottenham do like playing at home to Liverpool. There's been lots of twos in this fixture. There's been a 4-2, 2-1s, and a 2-2. So expect the game to have a team at least score 2 goals in this. I'm going Liverpool to get through this game 2-1. Tottenham are all over the place at the moment, but the way Tottenham are this season, again, they'll beat Liverpool 4-0, and then the following week when they're playing, whoever it is, they'll draw 1-1. So, yeah, I think that Liverpool should be coming through in this game with hopefully us Salah captainers celebrating his assist. Because remember, I'm captaining him, so there's no point in captaining him because I'm useless with my captains this year. So captain anybody else but Salah, which is just embarrassing. Although I do know world number 5, thanks to Alf, is going to be captaining Salah. That's all the hope I'm relying on, the fact that world number 5 is going to be captaining Salah.
Excellent. I think Spurs will get a goal. I think Liverpool will get a goal at least. I'm going to go 2-1 to Liverpool in this one. Okay. There we go. That's the scores, predictions, and I'm going to go and get myself a pizza. Steve-O, we got anything final to say to the chat before I shoot?
Just make sure you're supporting the channel. Jump on Patreon again. Just join for free. It's quite simple, and there are podcasts available for free. All you got to do is just click a button that says join the Elite FPL Patreon for free. Yeah, fine.
For free.
Podcast extra, including Jason's.
Oh, don't even talk about that. But we got the
two-parter, which was about 3. Well, was it?
Are you doing a Saturday evening? Are you doing Saturday evening or no?
If you're doing it, I'll do it with you.
Mate, I can't because I'm out on my sister. It's actually my sister's birthday party, so I can't miss that for anything. So I'm gonna probably be trolleyed by 11 o'clock. Absolutely trolleyed.
There's going to be no streaming for at least.
I might stream. Streaming.
Do it, please.
Get home like, hey, I've just done a -24.
Do it.
Right.
Do it.
Like lads, ladies, if there's any watching, anything. If you identify as a toaster, if you're watching this channel right now, just hope you have a great remainder of the week, okay? We may or may not be around on the weekend on Saturday, but certainly on the... I don't even know when we'll be back, to be honest. When will we be back, Stephen?
Well, this is the thing, in all seriousness, like with Patreon, the reason why I do mainly Patreon now is because I just have to press a button. I don't have to go on camera. It takes me 20 minutes just to chat shit about FPL, and then I'm just gone. And it's a more personalised way of talking with you guys. So again... if you want to get involved, I'm not doing it deliberately to get money. It's just the simple fact you can join for free. I couldn't care less.
Yeah, join for free and watch the content. Absolutely.
Because the reality is that I'm on holiday and my time schedule's all over the place, same as Jason's. And the next time I'm able to stream won't be till next week for the preview for, it'll be boxing. I can't even remember.
I'll try and do something on Sunday. To be honest with you, I will try and do something. On Sunday, I've got to drive to Birmingham again. Through all the crap. Well, it should be a lot quieter this time. Got to spend extortionate amount of money on some photographs that we've been scammed out. Yeah, and then get home. Should be free for an hour on Sunday to do a wrap up of the games. So the games will finish at 6:30. So I reckon I'll do a 6:30 stream on Sunday. Just wrap it up.
I'll get the legend that is Alex Volo to do a thumbnail.
There we go. Brilliant. Why is Christmas just like your job? Steve-O, why is Christmas just like your job?
I can read it here.
Oh, right, never mind. Right, anyway, no, so it's fine. It's not that, I wanted you to laugh. No, you weren't going to laugh anyway. Why is Christmas just like your job, Steve-O?
I don't know.
You do all the work and the fat guy with a suit gets all the credit.
Yeah, good. Thank you, Andrew.
Wow. And on that one, subscribe, like, and follow us on social media. Go to the Discord, sign up for the Super Cup. If you're interested in Super Cup, find out more in the Discord. Get you there. Bye. Wave.